Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Monday. I hope that everybody's doing well and swell, and I hope that you slept well. I hope that you had a great and safe weekend. How in the hell are you? So, we are at the beginning of a new work week, which is good. I'm looking here, and today is June 8th. The year is going by so fast, ain't it? It feels like just yesterday we just had New Year's. And now we are already pretty much halfway through the year. That's crazy. That's crazy. But yes, I am here with y'all this morning because I do have a few things that I wanted to speak to y'all about. I gathered a few notes just to give y'all a quick little rundown of everything that's been happening over this past weekend, sector wise, but then outside of the sector. Let me go ahead and get my notes here because I took a couple of notes because there was one, which is weird because it's crazy how I don't hear about certain cases until much later. But there was a brand new case that I had not heard of until probably about 2 hours ago. When I was preparing for this broadcast after I got up, I ended up coming across one case that I thought would be a pretty good opening here because I know that I did talk to you guys last week as it relates to, was it last week or week before last? As it related to Mackenzie and her situation. But in real news, there is another case that's similar to Mackenzie's that just hasn't been getting that much coverage. And I ended up coming across it this morning. So I wanted to introduce this one to y'all. I came across it because in one of the other sectors that I'm subscribed to that's outside of this sector, I guess this young man's family has spoken out and the family did an interview. And I saw the interview shared on my community while my little timeline thing. And so when I saw that that family did an interview, I was like, I never heard of this family. Who, what's this about? And that's what caused me to go ahead and delve a little bit deeper into it. Good morning to Beans. Good morning to Joyce. Good morning to Lexington. Good morning to everyone. So, yeah, let me go ahead and get this one right here. This new case that I had found out about. Um, if y'all have heard about Daniel Waterman, type a one in the chat. Let me know because I had not heard about him. But either way, let's talk about him. So, Daniel Waterman. This is an article as it relates to his case right here. Dad to be woke up from coma after car crash. Then he pointed the finger at pregnant girlfriend before slipping away. Daniel Waterman alleged his girlfriend, Leah Mumby, said, "You'll get what you deserve," before driving their car into a tree, which resulted in his death months later. Okay, so what we do need to know, Daniel Waterman died months after sustaining life threatening injuries in a car crash in Florida. He claimed he was in an argument with his girlfriend, Leah Mumby, after finding out she was pregnant. He alleged during his recovery, Mumby caused the crash during the argument. A Florida woman is facing several charges, including vehicular homicide, after a car crash in February left her boyfriend dead months later. Daniel Waterman, 22, was in a car crash on an interstate in Flagler County, Florida, on February 9th and sustained severe life threatening injuries, according to an arrest warrant affidavit obtained by People. His girlfriend, 24-year-old Leah Mumby, was arrested in July after the warrant was issued on charges of reckless driving, causing serious bodily injury, and aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, per the affidavit. She was charged with vehicular homicide on Friday, October 24th, after Waterman died from his injuries on October 8th, per an amended warrant by reviewed by People. So this is Leah. Don't she kind of remind y'all of Mackenzie? I mean, Mackenzie is cuter than her, but don't she remind you of Mackenzie, child? Just another one. Just wrecking cars for no reason, ain't they? Now, if we gonna call the other white women Karens, what do we call these ones like Mackenzie and Leo? What do we call the ones that just be wrecking cars all willy nilly because they don't get their way or they mad at their boyfriend? Following his rescue in the February crash, Waterman was brought to the hospital with severe injuries, including a spinal injury and trauma to his head and face, per the initial affidavit. He slipped into a coma, the New York native's mother told Syracuse.com. After he awoke from the coma, he was interviewed by investigators, his mother said. During an interview with investigators in May, the affidavit alleges Waterman and said Mumby had driven the vehicle into a tree during an argument on the night of the incident. Waterman told police that the couple was arguing after he learned Mumby was pregnant and after he received a text message from a woman in New York, per the complaint. As the fight intensified, Mumby allegedly began driving recklessly, Waterman told police. At one point, she slowed down and Waterman tried to escape, he told police. Mumby allegedly sped up again and said, "I don't care what happens, you'll get what you deserve," before driving the car into a tree, Waterman said, per the complaint. Both were severely injured. Mumby allegedly told investigators a few days after the incident that she did not know what happened leading up to the crash and remembers waking up in agonizing pain, investigators said in the affidavit. So that's Daniel Waterman right there, y'all. Child is crazy, ain't it? That is Daniel Waterman. Um, it says both Mumby and the unborn child survived the crash, per reports. Waterman's family is now fighting for custody of the child pending a paternity test. "We can't let the baby grow up with a mom that could possibly do this," Waterman's grandfather, Michael Gilman, told the outlet. "It's our mission in life that if that is his child, or excuse me, if that child is his, that we take that child and teach her what her dad was all about," Gilman said. "She has to know him through our actions, through our memories. We will not let him be gone." Waterman was eagerly looking forward to being a dad, his family said in a GoFundMe set up initially to assist with recovery related bills. Daniel was an excited soon to be father of a baby girl, reads part of the fundraiser. "There was not a day that went by that he didn't express that he just wanted to come home." Mumby has pled not guilty to the initial charges of reckless driving, causing serious bodily injury, and aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, according to an online court records reviewed by People. The records do not indicate a plea for the homicide charge. People has reached out to an attorney listed for Mumby. So at the end of this particular article, you see that they are giving the domestic violence hotline number. Clearly, this was some type of case of DV. But what do you think about the fact that it seems like quite overwhelming? What's good, dropping the T? Good morning. What's good, Miss Ray X? Good morning. It seems quite crazy that these cases are coming out of the woodwork. I thought that Mackenzie was an isolated incident, a rare case, but this person is very similar to Mackenzie. But the good thing about this was that the man at least lived long enough to tell what she did. Good morning to Right to Be Told. At least he lived long enough to say what he saw happen, to point his finger at her. things like that. I will say that that's a bit of a chilling case. And y'all, it's cases like this, honestly, that make me glad to not have kids. I mean, it's really sad to say, but I gotta tell y'all that from a single woman, specifically a lesbian woman, this is primarily one of the reasons why I'm happy that I don't have kids. Believe it or not, this is one of the reasons why many lesbians like myself are very, very hesitant to bring children into the world. And we have a sigh of relief as it relates to this because yes, the world is crazy. You will have to worry about your child as it grows up into adolescence, into adulthood. But imagine not being able to trust the significant other of your child. Like, it almost comes to the point to where as parents you have to trust the judgment of your child at some particular point. You cannot be overprotective. You cannot try to dictate and micromanage the way that they coast through life and how they decide to live their lives. But when you look at incidents like this that seem to keep happening, it makes you afraid because the person that's supposed to love your child unconditionally could be the person that would try to end their lives. And this is happening quite frequently. And also, if you notice, as it relates to Mackenzie and as it relates to here Leah, the women tend to look alike, don't they? Not to say that black women wouldn't do something like this, but I'm just looking at the repeated pattern and the repeated news stories of these types of things happening. And it just makes me shake my head to the point where it's like the world is doomed. If especially if this is what we have to look for and look forward to as it relates to our kids. um it often makes me wonder if she was hoping to kill herself, because for her to be pregnant, run the car into a tree, then was she trying to kill herself or was she specifically only trying to kill him? And what is it with these young girls getting mad while driving a car, having an argument with a boyfriend, deciding to run into an object, and they end up living, but the boyfriend ends up dying? What's up with that? And the fact that she found out she was pregnant was like she was trying to kill herself and potentially kill the unborn child. But now she lived, the unborn child is alive, the daddy ended up passing away later, and now she is behind bars. Wow. Good morning to Bernice. Good morning to everybody. And I don't want to bring y'all this type of news to make y'all feel any type of depression or anything on this great Monday. But I really want y'all to ponder this as food for thought, because I guess this is happening at a more frequent amount than I was aware of. And because Daniel Waterman's family is now starting to speak out and do interviews, I thought that it was necessary to go ahead and bring his story to the forefront. May he rest in peace. Hopefully, his family gets justice, whatever that justice looks like. Okay, so now we're going to move on slightly into the mess. Let me get my graphic here. Black YouTube storms the courthouse. Black YouTube storms the courthouse. So, for the most part, the sector has been quite quiet as it relates to the beef sector, because one thing that I can say about the beef sector, and one thing that I will tell y'all to keep in mind going forward. I noticed this actually over this weekend. But to any of the people that were under the impression that the wrench or that the NWO channels were VS, you have to know that those channels are not VS. Because over the course of the weekend, I noticed that those two channels, specifically, yeah, both of those channels actually were speaking about how quiet the beef sector was being, how the beef sector was doing other content, how the beef sector was doing non-beef sector content, and then they were paying attention to what the new frenemy sector was doing. They took to the community wall and talked about that. Just reading the community walls of those two channels over the course of this weekend, if you were around, you would definitely know that those channels aren't VS, because it seems like those channels are kind of amazed at the fact that the beef sector is doing non-beef sector content. But the beef sector has always done non-beef sector content. That's what the beef sector was built upon. What's non-beef sector stuff? Reviews, show reviews, court reviews, true crime, things like that. Beef sector was built upon those types of, well, content creators doing non-beef sector content, and that's what caused the beefs to come organically. So just that, along with how I saw those two um content creators, I guess, typing on their community wall, that solidified in my mind that ain't no way those can be VS. Now I already had my reasoning for why they weren't, but specifically that alone lets me know. Because when y'all know that VS can go live and let y'all watch her braid her hair, then, and she been doing that for years. VS used to go live and just be sleep on the live. You know, it's been plenty of times up in the past with the original beef sector people where they have made content out of nothing. And so just to see those two pages ponder about that or act surprised or act shocked was just like, okay, no, that's not VS. So I just wanted to bring that to y'all's attention as well. That those two pages were trying to cover what the beef sector was doing this weekend, but it just seemed like there wasn't much to cover. But now back to Black YouTube storming the courtroom. So we do have, and good morning to LaDon member. We do have the Carmelo Anthony case going right now, and Black YouTube has taken over. So yesterday I did do a brief live with the open panel about the Carmelo case. After that, I did do further research to go and look at the reviews of several of the Black tubers, specifically Queen 88. I looked at several of her videos to get her take of it. I did go look at Neek at Night's videos, and then I also took a gander at a new content creator that I was not aware of before called Queen Sheba. Neek at Night was speaking about Queen Sheba being there at the courthouse too. And so I went to Queen Sheba's just to take a look at what Queen Sheba had to offer. I will say that I'm proud of the Black YouTubers, and when I say Black YouTube, I'm not specifying it to a sector, because the people that are covering this case are covering the case from multiple different sectors. But I can say that they all have being Black YouTubers in common. And I'm proud of them for being able to stick their toe into journalism, specifically Queen 88. I'm happy for her. I was really, pleasantly surprised at how thorough she was with the notes and stuff that she was gathering. Um, she took a few different details that I took notes on to present to y'all here. Um, Now, as far as Neek at Night, I've seen Neek at Night cover court cases before, so I'm kind of used to what she does. But I will say shout out to her as well for the dedication, because she was saying that she used her own dime in order to fly out and put herself in a hotel out there in Texas in order to follow this case. And she also brought her uncle with her, and her uncle is acting as her cameraman. So her uncle is following her around Texas as her cameraman while she is covering this court case. And she was talking about how because she is doing this from a grassroots perspective, she needed donations and stuff so that she could compensate her uncle as well as reimburse her travel expenses and things like that. Also, Queen 88 mentioned someone called Sense Said It podcast that Queen 88 has been collaborating with as far as the court case goes. I have not gotten to take a look at Since Said It, what that person put. I did go to the person's channel, just so that I could subscribe to them, but I didn't get a chance to look at the videos yet. So you got Queen 88, you got Since Said and Since Said It podcast, and then you have Neek at Night and Queen Sheba, that are currently looking at the case. One of the big takeaways that I got from all of their notes collectively, but specifically Queen 88 specified this, which I thought it was very worth mentioning, is she said that number one, Carmelo, according to the penal code in Texas, Carmelo didn't commit any offense. Queen 88 stated that although the media has been reporting that the knife in question was 5 inches long, Queen 88 said that in the courthouse it was revealed that the knife was only 3.5 inches. The knife, again, was only 3.5 inches. What makes this an important detail is that any knife under 5 inches isn't a prohibited weapon per the Penal Code of Texas. Because the Penal Code of Texas says that any knife under 5 inches isn't a prohibited weapon, because Carmelo's knife was 3.5 inches, then he was permitted to have that. Now, of course, on the school ground, there are still school ground rules, yes. But as far as the law of Texas as a whole, the law of Texas as a whole says that a knife under 5 inches is allowed. So Queen 88 wanted to emphasize that particular point in her content, in her commentary with the video that I watched, to basically let everybody know that the media is getting it wrong, where they're saying that he was just out here with this violent thing that's against the law, this dangerous weapon, because Texas law states that a 3.5 inch knife is not a prohibited weapon. You can have that. You can have it. Not only that, but I also got from Neek at Night's rundown. She spoke about this knife as well, and she said that she believes that the defense is actually going to use this knife, um or the defense is going to use Carmelo's love for camping as it relates to him having this knife. Because Nika Knight said that while she was in the courthouse, she noticed that the defense, when they opened up on their side, they made sure to emphasize that Carmelo had a love for camping, that was like one of his hobbies, like he was an outdoors type of kid. And although the defense has not presented their side yet, which their side will be presented today, y'all, because the prosecution rested on Saturday. They did have court all day Saturday, and the prosecution rested on their side. So then the defense will start up today. But Nika Knight was saying that she believes that Carmelo's love for camping is going to tie into his defense on why he even had this knife to begin with. Um, as a hiking type person, as an outdoorsy type person, as a young man who likes camping, you know, perhaps he already had it up in his backpack. This was all speculation on Nika at Night's part, but she was adamant by saying that the defense was talking about the camping aspect of things. So we're going to see how they are going to be able to justify him having this knife, because that's really what this is going to boil down to. How can they justify him having the knife? Now, also, I did have a very interesting comment from Leviticus. Leviticus is an LSA person, but Leviticus is also a person who subscribes here in the B sector to everybody, including myself. And Leviticus did leave a very thorough comment underneath my video yesterday. I went on ahead and got this comment here because Leviticus has been following this case through the other bloggers and content creators. So I wanted to bring this information to y'all too. All right. So, and I want to say good morning to LaDon member. Good morning to Illuminated Negro. Good morning to Just Trolling member. Let's see. Yes, I did. You said about Queen Sheba. Yeah, I glanced at Queen Sheba's and I made sure to put her in my subscription so that I can be able to take a look at her videos as this progresses. Good morning to Illuminated Negro and good morning to Miss Claudia member. So Leviticus did leave this thorough comment underneath my video from yesterday. She said, I had to pause the video and take a deep breath. I'm glad I read ball because I would have gone left. I'm following the case, and for those who said, why did he go to the wrong tent? He should have just turned around and left. He had no business being there, and track meet tents are personal. Child. Okay, and she's talking from personal experience. This is the reason why I felt this was very important to add here, because she is giving a personal experience of this. Number one, she said, from the time I laced up my first set of cleats until I hung them up in my 20s, we would go to other runners' tents to see friends. It's completely normal. Hell, in high school, I was in my tent only when ordered to by my coach or my event was approaching. There was always an adult or a teen parent there to watch our belongings. Number two, Austin and Hunter Metcalf were 6'1". One was 225 pounds, one was 185 pounds, respectfully. Carmelo Anthony was 5'11". He was 162 pounds. Size difference alone would cause me to think danger was approaching, especially if the person is aggressive. Number three, no adults were in the tent. She indicates that that was the problem. Number four, it was raining and Carmelo Anthony's team did not have a tent. Why would the ones who did have a tent make a big damn deal of it? Plus, number five, Carmelo Anthony was visiting with a friend in the tent who attended the school. And then she has number six, the Metcalf twins approached him and Austin laid hands on Carmelo Anthony to remove him from the tent. It was testified that Carmelo Anthony had injuries from the attack. I'll stop there. I'll catch the replay when I chill the fuck out. So those were details that I felt were necessary, which yesterday in my panel, it did end up coming out that there were bruises on Carmelo Anthony that were not showing up in his mugshot, because there must have been some type of scuffle or some type of heated something happening prior to him taking the mugshot. And I guess it's been alluded that the mugshot was actually photoshopped or something, to downplay the injuries that he had in order to make the Metcalf twins appear more as victims. So I wanted to give y'all that. Now, also a piece of information that I got from the videos that I watched from the Black YouTubers who stormed the courthouse. They stated that Carmelo, like what Leviticus said, Carmelo was invited to the tent by his childhood friend Eddie. So it appears that Carmelo was dating a young girl. That young girl was friends with Eddie, and specifically they were so close as friends that they considered themselves to be cousins. Essentially, Carmelo's girlfriend's parents were very good friends with Eddie's parents. And because the two sets of parents were such good friends, they raised their children to consider each other as cousins. Even though they were not blood related, they grew up thinking they were cousins. Which I understand that because my mama's best friend when I was growing up, uh, my mama's best friend, her daughter, she and I considered ourselves to be cousins. Um, Even though once I grew up and I realized that we were not related, we considered each other to be best friends. But initially, because our moms were so close, that's the reason why I thought that she was my cousin for a very long time until I realized that she wasn't. So I get what they are saying with this, but they are saying that Eddie had that closeness with Carmelo's girlfriend, and because Carmelo had been with his girlfriend for quite some time, Carmelo had gone on double dates and everything with Eddie. Eddie and Eddie's girlfriend would go on double dates with Carmelo and Carmelo's girlfriend, so they knew of each other. Eddie was the one who invited him to the tent. Also, the last point that I did want to tell y'all about is that this is a speculation that came from Queen 88. Queen 88 gave this speculation. I'm not sure where she got it from, but I thought that it was worth mentioning because clearly she didn't pull it out the crack of her ass. But she did let it be known that she had heard mumblings over there that Hunter may have been attending alternative school at the time of this incident. And if he were, in fact, in alternative school at the time of this incident, he should not have been permitted to be at the track meet at all. Because when you are in alternative school, that is like a type of school suspension in which they make you go do school at a school for bad kids, so to speak. But while you were doing your time at the school for bad kids, you are not permitted to be going to the actual school events like all the other kids. So if that is a fact, which maybe the defense will throw this type of stuff out when they come out today, I don't know. But if that was the fact, then Hunter shouldn't even have been there to even be an instigator or to antagonize this fight between his brother Austin and Carmelo. I wanted to give y'all that because again, this is a speculation based on what's being said around the courthouse and around that town. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the defense will put out here so that we can see if something like that is going to be confirmed. Because if that's the case, then yeah, Hunter shouldn't have been there. Just like they're claiming or alleging that Carmelo should have not had a knife to begin with. If Hunter was in fact at alternative school, then Hunter should not have been there to begin with either. So we'll see how that unfolds. I plan to tune into the recaps of everybody later on today once court is done. But like I said, the prosecution did rest on Saturday. The defense will start up today and we'll see where that leads us. So that ends this particular segment of the show. Thank you. Now, before I go ahead and go to the next segment, let's go ahead and get a happy Pride Month acknowledgement. Happy Pride Month. It is June. Happy Pride Month to everyone. Zulu also says happy Pride Month. Love is love to each and every one of you guys. Thank you very much. And let's go ahead and cue up a transition.
Go Zulu! Ride! Love is love! Yay, mascot!
for that. So now we'll go ahead and continue on with the mess. All right, so now on with the mess. So the mess did start crazy. This weekend was a crazy weekend for Jay Wilson. Unfortunately, y'all, as early as Friday, for some reason, Jay Wilson was being doxxed. I'm not sure what Jay Wilson did most recently here to Glitter Boots, but Glitter Boots seemed to have had a vendetta against Jay Wilson, in which he was ready to plaster Jay Wilson's personal information. When I think about the likes of a Glitter Boots, and how Jay Wilson let Glitter Boots be over there up on this platform from time to time, I always shake my head because they always told Jay Wilson that it was Glitter Boots that had sent all the people to call his chaplain job to get his chaplain job taken away. But remember, even after Jay Wilson's chaplain job got taken away, Jay Wilson still allowed Glitter Boots to be over there up on this platform for whatever reason. But meanwhile, Jay Wilson wouldn't permit me nor Rico to be over there as B sector people. But he let Glitter Boots black sector ass be over there. And now Glitter Boots is once again up on Jay Wilson's ass as far as Jay Wilson's livelihood goes. Now I did post on my community wall the picture on Friday. Once I got word that that was going on over there, I screenshotted it, put it on my community wall. Plus, I screenshot to show that Rodney was right there in the amen section, leaving a comment underneath the video in question, where Jay Wilson was possibly being doxxed. I put it on my community wall, tag Jay Wilson. I don't know if Jay Wilson saw it because people said that with Jay Wilson having me blocked, that he might not receive any tags or mentions that I put. But that was my attempt to at least alert him to let him know. But if he did not see my message because him having me blocked, then I mean, at the end of the day, it's not to my detriment because I did try to warn him. He cannot say that I didn't. I also heard that he was going to be flagging everybody that put the image. I wanted to let Jay Wilson know that I put this image on my community wall, but it was strictly to give him the heads up that that was going on over there. That's why I put it up. Not to dox him or anything like that, but to let him know what was afoot. Because like I said, I saw Rodney right there underneath the video leaving comments, and Rodney be all up and through Jay Wilson's comments, typing up in his chat and everything. And Rodney didn't even have the thought to let him know what was going on over there. Now, when people approached Rodney about the fact that he was in the comments, Rodney said it wasn't him. Then Rodney said it was a troll. This is why I'm so happy that YouTube has changed the handles as they appear here, because now people like Rodney can stop lying and saying that something was a troll when it was really them. Because Rodney was really up on his platform saying that it was a troll that was underneath Glitter Boots video of Jay Wilson getting doxxed or whatever. He said that that wasn't him, that was a troll, only for the people to be like, well, Jay Dunn screenshot it. It's on her community wall. Go over there to see. Once he went over there to see, then he couldn't deny that it was him. And so then he said, well, yeah, it was him, but he was at work all day. He just left the comment, et cetera, whatever excuse he had. But he was just ready to lie and say that that wasn't him, it was a troll. This is the reason why YouTube changed it to where these handles are right here, because that will keep y'all, including myself, from being able to have troll pages mimic you or impersonate you on here. So yeah, Rodney was there. Now again, I question Jay Wilson. Jay Wilson was the first one that was saying Rodney is beef sector, Rodney is this, Rodney is that. Rodney came from the house of Jay Wilson. Yes, he's beef sector, but Rodney is also the one that's over there entertaining you and your school or your college or whatever being doxxed. Now you can always talk about a phone number that I put 4 years ago, Jay Wilson, but that phone number was attached to the San Antonio Mass Crier. It was all over the San Antonio Mass Choir Facebook page and everything. You cannot deny that. So what's your physical address? All of that is still on Facebook associated with that church. So you can't deny that. But all this new information that Glitter Boost is putting out, it's not associated with the church or anything like that. And again, you were very quick to open your arms and accept Rodney, but Rodney will be right over there as you get slaughtered and not say anything to you about it until people kind of hold his feet to the fire. And let me go ahead and say good morning, dear My Opinion moderator member. Good morning to everybody coming in. Good morning to Noble's Rooster. Please like the video as y'all come in. Thank you. It's quite a bit of y'all up in here and not enough likes on the video. So please go ahead and get the likes up. But yes, so Glitter Boots did put out their work video for Jay Wilson on Friday. And then also on Saturday, I found out that He-Man, Sasquatch He-Man Dimples was over there doxing Jay Wilson as well. So Sasquatch He-Man Dimples did post something as it relates to Jay Wilson, his job, y'all, on the community wall. I did go ahead and get a screenshot of that too, but I'm not going to post it because Jay Wilson will have a fit. And then, of course, Jay Wilson will be ready to go to the cops for me, even though I would be trying to warn him. You know, sometimes when I look at how Jay Wilson operates, he's one of those black people that you really can't warn. Because if you try to warn them, then they'll automatically try to make you be the problem, even though you were trying to be a decent individual to give them a heads up. But it is also over there, Jay Wilson. Once I heard you saying about how you was going to get anybody to put your image, and I was trying to warn you about Glitter Boots, then when I found out about Dimples, I said, I am not going to try to warn you about what Dimples is over there doing to you, because you would easily go and call the cops upon me, because you love trying to get me hemmed up. You love it. You would try to call the cops upon me, even though I'm not the one trying to destroy your livelihood. Yes, but there is a new company, a new job out here up on the community wall of Dimples. She is thoroughly investigating that particular one. It has your work phone number, your work email address, the company name. It has your description as well. And they researched it and found out that you make $50,000 a year. LSA was actually having a field day over there talking about your $50,000 a year salary over there, especially considering how grandiose you seem to be on YouTube. They said that with all of your degrees and advanced degrees, $50,000 a year is really not cutting it too much. And they said that's probably why you be over here begging for the banner competitions. But that's what they said, not me. I did want to give you a quick heads up about that, Jay Wilson. Protect yourself. I hope that you will be fine. But also cut your grass, because it's snakes like Rodney that's hiding all up and through the grass over there for you. Oh, snakes like Glitter Boots that you'll let be up on your panel, snakes like Dimples, those ones. Because those are the ones that's actually doxing you in 2026. So maybe you'll stop thinking about stuff that happened in 2022 and worry about the shit that's really happening in 2026. Thank you. All right, so let me go ahead and move on. So, speaking of LSA, how they were having a field day about what's going on with Jay Wilson over there, I also do want to say that Fababe did come live. She came live from some type of graduation celebration, but also some type of homegoing celebration, of bereavement. And y'all, I had to laugh because LSA, I guess they're under the impression that I made fun of Fababe's looks because they made fun of Fababe's look. That weird Judge and Judy person is just an imbecile. The bitch is so worried about me, and I'm just like, bitch, I ain't fucked you. I ain't been trying to fuck on you. So why in the hell you so worried about me over there up on LSA? Now, initially, when I first found out that Fababe even did the video, I found out because of Diva Tomboyish. Diva Tomboyish actually had screenshot several different angles of Fi during her live broadcast, and Diva posted her little article on her Yollywood News, like what she typically would do. And I first caught wind of it through Diva, not through LSA. Not through Judge and Jury, not through Judge and Judy or whatever the fuck the person name is, not through any of y'all, but through Diva. When I first saw Diva had put it, I shared it to my community wall from Diva. Then after I had shared Diva's post through my community wall, as I was looking for the video in question, I noticed that YouTube had stuck it with a thumbnail that was hideous. And I went on ahead and screenshotted it because I know as content creators and subbies, I hear people all the time talking about how messy YouTube can be, and specifically how messy the algorithm can be. Like case in point, y'all might be looking at, I'm gonna give y'all an example here. One second. Okay, y'all. I was thinking I had to sneeze, but no. But case in point, so YouTube can be messy, and I'm going to give y'all an example. Let's say that y'all are watching one of Glitter Boots lives. And while you are watching Glitter Boots live broadcast, when the commercials start rolling, it's a Viagra commercial. Or when the commercials start rolling on Glitter Boots live, it is a Polydent commercial. You know, when you are watching Glitter Boots, YouTube will try to put those types of advertisement on Glitter Boots video. YouTube is messy like that. YouTube is messy like that. So when I went and I saw that YouTube had put that thumbnail of Fi Babe, of all the angles and all the thumbnails that they could put for her, that's what they put to promote her video. I got a chuckle out of it. So I screenshot it and threw it up on my throwaway channel just to talk about how messy YouTube was. Well, you know, LSA, the judge and Judy or whoever had wanted to take credit for me putting that, because they said that I had went to LSA and saw them talking about it. Bitch, no, Diva get more traction and more action than LSA most of the time. Most of the time. So that's where I first got it from. And what's good to Sunny, member? Good morning to everybody coming in. Please like the video if you've not. So I did want to say that Diva has had an issue with Fi, and Diva is kind of on Fi's ass now that Fi's back posting. And I find it quite funny, the pictures that Diva put. I specifically found it funny because one of Fi's live streams that she had prior to these recent ones that she did, she called herself trying to drag me for whatever reason. She tried to drag my teeth, try to drag everything about me. When I hadn't even been bothering that old ass bitch. And the fact that she wanted to try to drag me only for her to come on her live stream looking like Whitney Houston, when Whitney Houston was a crackhead, that's a problem. Actually, it almost seems like a blast from the past, deja vu-ish, when Fi Babe used to come on here back in 2018, when she used to be bright and early with the chicken, sweating and stuff all over the place. Sweating and stuff all over the place. My Lord, Bobby, Bobby, my Lord, my Lord, my Lord. Like Whitney Houston. Child, Whitney Houston was a mess, wasn't she? Just a mess. And so y'all can't get mad at me because Fi Babe was trying to drag me. Trying to drag me about my looks and about my teeth and about my this and about my that. But then she went and looked like that. Then somebody had a nerve to comment up under the post and told me that Fi Babe is out there and celebrating the life of somebody that she loved and that I should try it. And I'm thinking to myself, so bitch, you want me to be envious that Fi Babe is out here at a funeral? Because that's essentially what they were saying, is that Fi Babe was recording a video because she just came from the homegoing celebration of life for somebody. And so I should try it. Well, don't that mean that somebody got to die around me in order for me to try it? Make it make sense. So you trying to shade me about her being out and about with her family, celebrating the homegoing. Well, bitch, I don't want nobody to die in my family. The fuck you mean? Why would I be envious? Why would I be, jealous and all of this about that? No, thank you. If she over there losing people up in her family, my apologies. She got my condolences. But that's not something that people need to be jealous of. And it's just like y'all be so wrapped up in whatever this Babe Nation mentality to where y'all say the most ridiculous and foolish things. Bitch, ain't no way. that anybody is envious of Fi Babe right now burying somebody. No way. I don't give a fuck how you slice it and dice it. Ain't nobody, including myself, sitting here at my motherfucking humble abode over here envious. Like, man, I wish that somebody had died so that I could go and hang out with my family. Bitch, no. Hell no. Now, y'all need to stop that delusional bullshit, because when y'all say that delusional shit, then that's whenever I have to come here and I have to tell y'all how dumb y'all sound. How dumb y'all sound. Let Fi Babe deal with the death and peace without you trying to tell other people that they jealous of it. Bitch, ain't nobody jealous about no dead people. You stupid. You stupid. So I had to comment on that, because I'm like, what? I'm like, what type of Babe Nation crazy ass bitch is saying this? That we jealous about that. That we jealous about that. Then somebody had commented and told me I need to be out at the Pride celebration. Bitch, the Pride celebration that I plan to go to, that ain't this weekend. Like, how the fuck you gonna dictate which Pride event I go to, bitch? Bitch, if I ain't go to one this weekend, I ain't go to one this weekend. Bitch, it's the entire month. Pride is the entire month, ho. And Black Pride is always my birthday. Bitch. So stop worried about where I'm going or what I'm doing. At the end of the day, Fi Babe need to count her own many blessings and try to reevaluate her own life, because losing people ain't a good thing, and it ain't nothing that ain't nobody trying to be jealous about. Nobody is being jealous about that. Nobody. Speaking of losing people, y'all, back to Rodney. So Jay Wilson did a live yesterday that said, Rodney, are you okay? Are you okay, Rodney? He came live and he was like, Rodney, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Rodney? Even though Rodney was over there when he was being doxxed. Rodney, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Rodney? Rodney, are you okay? Because Rodney was over there up on his community wall saying that he was devastated. I don't know what Rodney is over there devastated about. But Jay Wilson said that Rodney was over there on the community wall devastated, and that caused Jay Wilson to spark up a live. Now, you know Jay Wilson be going live for any old thing. For him to get on the live to say, are you okay, Rodney? Now, if Rodney is over there devastated up on his community wall because something crazy done happened, why not just leave him a comment underneath his community wall just like everybody else? Why the hell you got to get up in your car? Why the hell you got to get up in your car with your seatbelt on, chewing iced coffee up on the camera to ask Rodney if he okay and what is he devastated about? Why? Why? But then as soon as Rodney get up on that community wall and tell you exactly why he devastated, then you're going to be saying that he shared too much. He telling too much of his business. Now, which one is it? You want Rodney to come out here and tell us why he devastated so then he could get dragged all up and through this place? Is that what you want? And then why you worried about Rodney being devastated when he not over there worried about you being devastated at what Glitter Boots is over there doing with your employment shit and your job and stuff? And Rodney is not over there worried about your devastation when them She-Man Sasquatch Dimples is over there posting your shit up on the community wall. But you worried about Rodney's devastation. Child. But Rodney devastated about something. I said I'm going to give it about 3 days. I got to give it about 3 business days, and then I'll go out there on the prowl and see what I can find about his devastation. Y'all know I be on top of everything. I mean, hell, he be getting mad anyway. But you know, if he already put over the weekend that he was devastated about something, then I probably got to give it 3 business days to see if anything is posted in the death notices or the local newspaper. We'll see. We'll go from there. I'm gonna have to make sure Rick Reed get on the case. Rick Reed. Rodney is over there on the community wall and he is devastated, Rick Reed. If you up in the bushes, he has the devastation going on. He put it, you got to get up on the job. We got to get on the case, see what this devastation is about. What's good, Room Shaker? And see, that's how you know that you don't need to get up on here begging for no damn attention. Rodney didn't need to get up on the community wall post talking about he was devastated, because now he done made us want to go look. But this be the rookie mistakes that Rodney make. And then when people be all up in his business, then he be mad talking about that he didn't bring it to YouTube. Yes, the hell you did. So y'all, if in 3 business days I go up there and I find something on Rodney and then I come back and let y'all know, what I don't need for y'all to do is let Rodney tell y'all that he didn't bring it to YouTube first, because yes, he did bring it to YouTube first. Not all attention is the best attention. Don't get on here whining and complaining trying to get attention, because sometimes you will get that negative attention that you don't want. Like when you get up on here talk about you devastated so that people can ask you why. What's wrong? What's going on? You okay? What's wrong with it? Well, I figure out why you devastated. And when I come and let them know, I don't want you to say nothing. And then when I figure out why you devastated, I'm gonna make sure that I tell Rick Reed what's going on with you. I'm gonna let Rick know first. Rookie mistakes. What's good, Just Lovely? What's good, Room Shaker? Good morning to everybody. Good morning, Angela White member. Child, so that's that as far as Rodney. Also, I have to get back up on LSA too, y'all, because I had saw LSA over there. And I can't remember which font, so forgive me. If you are not the font that I'm talking about, then I'm not talking about you. But I was scrolling through there this morning before I had came live to y'all. And I saw that it was one font that was saying that you know, why are people trying to be up in Lemon's business? Why the font at LSA, I think it might have been Moesha Mitchell. I think it was Moesha. It's one font over there called Moesha Mitchell, child. I think it was Moesha Mitchell that had said that Lemon deserved his privacy. Why is the B sector trying to figure out if he is gay or straight? He deserved privacy. Now, how come Lemon deserve privacy and everybody else don't? Moesha Mitchell? Moesha Mitchell, why? Why we all don't deserve our own privacy? Moesha Mitchell. Because in the same breath, I seen the Moesha Mitchell talking about that Lemon deserve his privacy, but then her good Judy over there, the judge and Judy will then turn around and say, "Well, I didn't show it a full body picture." Well, if I didn't show a full body picture, then ain't I entitled to my privacy? Bitch, maybe I don't want you to see my love handle. The fuck? Bitch, maybe I don't want you to see my ass. Maybe I don't want you to see my thighs. Bitch, I don't want you to see none of that. But I'm not entitled to my privacy, but Lemon is entitled to his. Make it make sense. Then for them to be over there faceless and anonymous talking about how people ain't showing pictures, but meanwhile y'all won't show y'all face. How the fuck y'all over there? Moesha Mitchell over there with Brandy Norwood picture. Legit Moesha. she legit got Moesha's picture as her picture over there. But then her good buddies, because it wasn't her, but her good Judy's over there is talking about what pictures people need to post, and people are scared to post this picture and post that picture. But meanwhile, neither one of y'all done posted a face picture. Before y'all worry about a body picture, a thigh picture, a neck picture, a stomach picture, or whatever picture, before y'all worry about any other picture, for me, y'all need to post a face picture up there. Otherwise, you shut the hell up. Not to all of y'all, but the ones that I'm talking about. And not even to Moesha Mitchell, because Moesha Mitchell been on her best behavior. She ain't been doing too much wrong. But it's like y'all don't even post no picture, no face picture, no nothing. But then y'all want to dictate what the fuck people could post. But then y'all turn around and say that Lemon deserve his privacy. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, because it don't. It don't. Now, but Moesha, I read over there that me and Moesha, our birthday is the day apart. So that's why I gotta go light up on Moesha. I used to think that I couldn't stand her until I found out that we got our birthdays is a day apart. So now I gotta be nice to her. I gotta try to give her the benefit of the doubt, y'all. Because my birthday September 2nd. So if our birthday a day apart, her birthday is either September 1st or September 3rd. So, and Moesha, don't tell no more personal business about yourself before I go find you, because I already got your birthday. Your birthday. I, I already got your birthday. Your birthday either September 1st or September 3rd. Don't make me go find you, Moesha Mitchell. Now, y'all, that was a joke. That's why I just had to laugh at myself. That was a joke. I'm not about to go find Moesha Mitchell. So before all of y'all go tell LSA I'm about to dox them, I'm not. I'm not going to find Moesha. That was a joke. Y'all, why in the hell, whenever I give a joke, I gotta really, really emphasize that I'm joking? Because if I don't emphasize that I'm joking, y'all, they gonna have a whole new narrative spit that I dox everybody on LSA and all this. They swear they want to give me credit for doxing every motherfucking body. I don't be doxing everybody like that. I just be paying attention to what people say. I just be paying attention. That's all. But anyway, let me move on from them. But yeah, so they say that Lemon deserves privacy. Also, I have to give y'all I have to give one good congratulations and say that I'm proud of Big Man TV. I posted about Big Man up in my members only. I didn't post about him out in the public because I needed to get his permission, because y'all, the last time that I posted about Big Man publicly, he felt some type of way about me posting about him publicly, and he told me that I was telling his business. He legit left me a comment and said, J Don, I told you and Demon So why y'all was telling my business. So Big Man checked me about telling his business before. So that's why I had to ask him if it was okay for me to include him in my morning show this morning. And he said, okay, J Dunn. But I don't know if he that happy about it, but I'm going to include him anyway because I think it's worth noting. So Big Man has been on his personal health and weight loss journey, y'all. We have had Big Man over here up in our circle for quite some time. And Big Man has struggled with his health. And then Big Man has also had, this whole thing where people try to put put Big Man in the ground and bury him when he shouldn't have been. And so for that reason, I did want to go ahead and acknowledge, and I want y'all to acknowledge that Big Man is doing the damn thing. When he said that he was actually working on his health and working on himself, y'all, he didn't lie, because I do see the progress that he is making, and I feel like it's worth noting to all of y'all so that y'all can go ahead and give credit where credit is due, because I'm proud of Big Man. Anytime that you're trying to do something positive with yourself, you definitely should acknowledge it. And especially when I hear everybody talking about how Brianna did her positive thing by finishing school, and we need to be, embracing the positivity. I agree. So I want to embrace the positivity for Big Man. So y'all, this is what I post in my members only wall. So this is Big Man's picture. This is one of his shorts from probably about maybe a year or two ago, y'all. And I wanted to tell y'all that probably like 2 days ago, Big Man Short came up in my thing, and this is him now, y'all. Look at Big Man. Look at Big Man. Y'all can't tell me that man ain't doing the damn thing. This short came in my recommendations, y'all. And I had to do a double take when I saw it, because I almost thought it was AI. I almost thought it was AI, because y'all know Big Man be over there playing. Big Man be over there playing with AI and shit. But when I looked, this ain't no AI, Big Man. This ain't. This ain't no AI. This is real Big Man. This is really him. And please like my video. He I don't believe that this is the AI of Big Man. I think that he really did come a long way. Because he told me and Demon Soul. He told me and Demon Soul, y'all. It was after y'all had put him up in the ground. Y'all remember when y'all put that man up in the ground without his consent and without his permission, when y'all tried to bury him? He had told me and Demon Soul that he was at this facility where they was helping him with his health. And he said that they had put him on a special diet, and then they was having him do workouts and like a meal plan and stuff. But then he also said that they was giving him one of the shots, but his shot was actually for his health overall, not just for weight loss aspect. But it's one of those shots. I won't say which one it is because I can't remember what shot it was, but it's one of them shots that everybody be talking about. And so he told me and Demon so that. So see, the last time when I came out here and I told y'all about that Big Man said I was telling his business. But I just want y'all to know that if y'all go and look at his most recent stuff that he got posted over there, you can definitely see a difference in his appearance. So shout out to Big Man. He doing the damn thing. So, and y'all need to stop saying that this is AI. This is not AI. This is Big Man. So there is that. Now let me go ahead and continue here. Congratulations to Big Man. Now, I done said congratulations to Big Man. Oh, I do want to talk about the frenemy sector real quick. So the frenemy sector, I think they done already got started, y'all, and they doing lazy content already. And good morning to Dreamy Genie Blue. Good morning to Beans. Good morning to M Bernie. Good morning to everybody. So just lovely seeing that that's AI. That is not AI, that Big Man. It's not just lovely. Stop it. It's not. But so the frenemy sector has already got started. They doing lazy content, y'all. If I'm not mistaken, Pizarro did kick off the frenemy sector on Friday night and they did a drunk live. They were doing a drinking live, and the drinking live in question was all of them up on the panel on a good old Friday night, just getting drunk together. But my question is, why in the hell is the frenemy sector doing drinking live while they have a relapsing drunk as one of their co-founders? If you have a relapsing drunk as a co-founder of the frenemy sector, then why in the fuck would y'all even start this mess as far as all these drunk lives? Are y'all trying to be a negative influence to your the co-founder? Because it just don't make sense. If y'all going to be including Lemon in any of y'all's shenanigans so that he could partake with y'all should not be doing drunk lives. And actually, y'all should be doing lives that actually take some thought. I did put a poll up there to see what y'all thought about the lazy content as far as the drunk lives. And most of y'all did say the drunk lives are lazy. In the poll that I put, y'all said that that's lazy content. Pizarro argue and say that it's not lazy content, but it is. Then also about the frenemy sector, when I peeked in the middle of the night, I saw that Lemon was over there talking about what's his name? Uh Carmelo Anthony case. So essentially, good old frenemy sector, instead of Lemon bringing the content himself, like what he pride himself in doing, when I peeked in the middle of the night, I saw his panel talking about Carmelo Anthony, and that's what we all have been talking about in the regular B sector all day yesterday. How in the hell do you say that you the trendsetter and that you make all the content? You have all the content flowing. The content start and stop with you. But when I tune in over there, you talk about Carmelo Anthony because that's what we all was talking about yesterday. And all you doing is piggybacking off what we all had said yesterday. Because it started from Misunderstoods. Then I took the ball from Misunderstood and went live over here up on my channel. Then Demon Soul went live up on her channel. Then once Demon Soul finished going live, then Pizarro, frenemy sector co-founder, decided to go live after Demon Soul talking about the same shit that the beef sector people have been talking about. Because Demon Soul is beef sector, I'm beef sector. But they end up talking about what me and Demon Soul talked about. Pizarro did, only for then Lemon to turn around and talk about what no. This is their logic. Just lovely. This is the type of logic that they use. Now, if they wouldn't be so quick to use simple ass logic like this, then I wouldn't use it either. But I'm getting on their level and I'm talking just like they talk. I'm talking their language right now. Because it be plenty of times where it be stuff that be trending and people just talk about it because that's what people talking about, and they swear up and down and we took it from them, we needed them for it, XYZ. But now they ain't over there coming up with original content. What's good, RNY? Good morning. They need to come up with some original content over there. So I had to let it be known that I saw them over there doing the same content commentary that we did. Now, speaking of that, with all of the Carmelo content, I am finally at the title of my stream, which is The Diary of an Uncle Tom. Because of the Carmelo Anthony content, there has been an uproar and a controversy as it relates to coons, sellouts, Uncle Toms, and Uncle Thomasinas. Now, there was a beef that's brewing, and it was like, on the one hand, I didn't want to speak about it, but I have to speak about it. I have to take my thoughts out of it and speak on everything on the surface of what I saw, what I witnessed. The reason why I titled this live Diary of an Uncle Tom is because there is a current beef brewing as it relates to the Miss O and Misunderstood. Surprise, surprise. Are y'all surprised? I'm not surprised. Y'all, with them two, they have been clashing on and off for a very long time. And specifically when it comes to the politics, specifically when it comes to current events, world news, is when I notice they clash the most. I sometimes wish that they could just avoid each other's content when it comes to political discussions or debates like that, because that's typically where the points of contention happen. And this weekend was no different. So Misunderstood and them had the Camilo discussion over there. The Miss O felt some type of way about how QI was being spoken to and treated on the panel. The Miss O was speaking from the chat in defense of QI. Misunderstood was getting frustrated and aggravated at QI because QI was over talking and doing other things. Plus, the Miss O was in the chat kind of being a cheerleader for QI. The Miss O, Misunderstood kind of got fed up and was just like, for anybody that doesn't like how I'm running my platform, you can leave. The Miss O took that personally because the Miss O was typing up in the chat in defense of QI. So the Miss O felt some type of way about it. The Miss O fired up her live to speak her mind about Misunderstood. The Miss O came out the gate and used the word coon as it relates and describes Misunderstood. She was fired up. She said a lot of things as it relates to Misunderstood stance. Misunderstood ended up getting to the Miss O's live later. And when she came up in the live, I don't know if she spoke or what, because I didn't see her go up in there. I just saw people up in the chat saying that Misunderstood was there. But by the time I scrolled up and through the chat trying to find her comment to see what she had to say, I didn't see the comment. So then by that point, when I said, I don't see Misunderstood up in the chat, then Lady Nika responded to me up in the chat and said that Misunderstood came in. She said something, but then she retracted what she said and she left. So the Miss O's live was basically her venting about Misunderstood's live. She was giving her point of view about the Carmelo case. She was laying out the reasons why she felt some type of way about how QI was being treated at Misunderstood's. Only from when I woke up this morning, y'all, I saw that Misunderstood had did her own live in which she kind of combated what the Miss O said. And she kind of gave her side of it over there. So at this particular point, there have been back and forth videos happening. But Misunderstood is not beef sector at all, but the Miss O is, and the Miss O is currently having some organic active situation going on with Misunderstood. But I know sometimes y'all be so fixated on the manufactured and fraudulent beefs that lemon them create or that the spaceship create, that you missing out on this organic beef that's taking place between those two. And the reason why I was hesitant to even speak on this because I like both of them. I like them both. And I appreciate both of them. I do believe that our differences is what makes us special people. And I just hate that I can't look past the political part of it. But I understand both sides. Now, I am going to say, and good morning to Rico. Good morning. I'm glad you was able to join me, Rico. I am going to say, as far as the Misso calling her a coon, I think that when she called her a coon, that's kind of like one of those words that you use at somebody that's most definitely a point of no return word. And then it makes me wonder, was it really necessary to get your point across using that word specifically? I question the Misso. The Misso, could you have gotten your point across and got your feelings conveyed to misunderstood without using the word coon? Or was it absolutely necessary for you to use that word to describe her? Now, the reason that I question that is because, yeah, Rico, I do. I typically come at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The reason why I question this whole coon thing is because this is a sincere question. And I never had this question before up until I was witnessing this fallout between them two yesterday. And this is not a sarcastic question either. This is a genuine thought that I want y'all to ponder with me. If somebody dates or marries or procreates outside with a white person anyway, why would anybody be shocked that they have coon tendencies or coon behavior? Yes, it happened yesterday, Born Dog. This is a serious question because Venus was saying how Misunderstood was kind of cooning for her platform, for her political platform over there, for the people that the MAGA people that support her and things like that. But how can you be shocked by certain behaviors if they have been in an interracial situation? And let me because I want y'all to understand why I'm making this parallel here. Because I need y'all to understand where I'm pulling this from so that y'all can know I'm not just pulling it out the crack of my ass. So let's see. Specifically, the reason why I'm doing this and the reason why I titled this The Diary of an Uncle Tom is because right here. All right. 1 second. I'm getting my screen here. Y'all know I'm about to share the screen with y'all. So I'm getting my stuff together. Thank you for bearing with me. Let's go right here because I did look up the Uncle Tom. Good morning, Kimberly Black member. And please like my video if y'all have not. I looked up Uncle Tom just to make sure I wasn't tripping. And no, I ain't tripping. But the Uncle Tom. The term Uncle Tom is a derogatory epithet used to describe a black person who is perceived to be overly subservient to white people or to betray their own racial group in order to gain the approval of the white establishment. So wouldn't this apply? I mean, Misunderstood, is she not had kids with a white man? If she had kids with a white man, wouldn't that make her overly subservient to white people? to the point to where she's overly subservient to white people underneath the roof of her home. She is overly subservient to white people, and they say orders to betray their own racial group in order to gain the approval of the white establishment. Now, I wouldn't say that she betrayed her racial group, but I think that there is something to be said about the choice of partner. And that's just not when it goes to misunderstood. That's when it goes to anyone who marries, dates, or procreates outside of their race. And what's good, K-Fit? Good morning. And good morning, Ghetto. So K-Fit said, great question, Jadon. And I have to add to that question. Should you be shocked when a person openly supports a racist administration? Correct. I don't think that it should be shocked. And don't get me wrong. I'm not against Misunderstood. Me and Misunderstood have differences, and I appreciate her for the differences. She is Republican, or she has like a Republican beliefs. I don't. But I appreciate that difference within us. She actually likes Donald Trump. I don't. But I appreciate that. I'm one of those types of people that can actually meet a person where they are and accept them for who they are, because I don't want anybody trying to change me. I know that some things that I do or say most people can't get down with. So that's why it makes me be a little bit more open to accepting people where they are. Do I find a problem with Misunderstood? No. That's just her. And I mean, essentially, she's had some type of subservient behavior to white people already, hence the family that she made. So I'm like, I guess you shouldn't be shocked by certain things with her. And that's my biggest thing that I just couldn't understand with Demon Soul, how she was being shocked. Now, but I will say this. I do find it interesting that Misunderstood is always given way more smoke than Talent ever gets. Talent has his own thoughts and speaking points as it relates to black people, as it relates to the beef sector, as it relates to people here. And I don't see Talent get nearly as much of the smoke and pushback that Misunderstood gets. And that I really don't get. And I wanted to really sit here and think about what is the difference between Misunderstood and Talent, really? And why is it that people seem to be so outraged and go at Misunderstood with a pitchfork, but due to saying or doing similar things that Talent does, and people don't go after Talent with a pitchfork? And what's good, Shay? Shay, you type something? Good morning, Shay. I didn't see you type anything. So if you type something, I missed it, Shay, or either it might have got held for review, because I don't see anything that you typed. I just see where you said, hope that makes sense, was typing fast. So Ghetto said Talent is black and Misunderstood is not black. It's not, Jadon. Well, okay. So if we're gonna go by your logic that Talent is black and Misunderstood is not, then why are y'all mad at Misunderstood again? If according to what Ghetto just said, Misunderstood is not black, then why is she being called the coon then if she ain't black? Why is she being called the coon if she ain't black? If Misunderstood is truly not black, like what Ghetto is saying, then she shouldn't be viewed as a coon at all by her beliefs because she's not black. Now, Talent is black. And what's good to Zoe? Because now let me go and let's look at coon over here. So the coon. As slang, coon primarily serves as a deeply offensive racial slur for black people or indigenous Australians. However, it is highly contextual. However, it also has highly contextual meanings ranging from a harmless abbreviation of raccoon, and denoting close friends or Cajuns. But hold on, let me scroll down to the offensive racial slur. Offensive racial slur, meaning an extremely derogatory and racist term used to disparage black people. So if Ghetto is saying that misunderstood is not black, then why are people calling her a coon? Because the coon term is only used for black people. So if misunderstood is not black, then that word should not be used to describe her then, right? But because talent is black, then does this word describe talent? Why is it that talent can get on the link and say, you people this and you people that, you broke bum this and you broke bum that, you clown, you imbecile, and this, that, and the third. You people are stupid. You people are dumb. You people are broke. You people are poor. Why can talent get on the link and say these things and y'all accept him just fine? But misunderstood is over there up in her Trumpville with the damn MAGA people that support her channel, and she get a whole bunch of bullets sprayed at her because the people over there up on her panel said you this and you that as it relate to QI. Why? And it does say history. The term originated in the 19th century minstrel shows and evolved into a dehumanizing caricature portraying black people as lazy, buffoonish, and shiftless. Well, talent click the link all the time and call the black people lazy. You lazy bums. You people are stupid. You lazy. This talent do. And don't get me wrong, I'm not getting y'all to go at talent either. What I'm saying is why can't y'all accept misunderstood like y'all accept talent? If y'all accept talent for his behavior and his speaking points and his views and beliefs, why y'all can't accept misunderstood in the same way? Is it because talent is a man? What's the reason? What's the reason why y'all make this big deal? Like y'all show this difference. I don't know if it's favoritism. I don't know what to call it. I'm not sure. Then it got me to thinking about the whole term for the sellout. Cause I'm like, well, even as far as the sellout goes, anybody that dates or procreates outside of their race, but specifically with a white person, would be considered a sellout. If you are going outside of black people for procreation, isn't that a sellout? And then if that's the case, then would y'all consider code? Y'all accept code, but y'all don't accept misunderstood. Is it because she is a woman? Now let's go ahead to look at the sellout. In slang, a sellout is a person who compromises their personal integrity, values, morals, or artistic authenticity in exchange for money, fame, or personal advancement. Now, y'all really gonna hate what I'm about to say right here with the sellout term. Y'all about to hate. Oh, I knew Code was gonna fall out. I knew Code was gonna fall out, but Code, stay right there. Stay right there. Because I'm about to tell you a little bit more. And please like my video if y'all have not. Y'all really gonna be upset because based on the definition for a sellout, a person who compromises their personal integrity, values, morals, or artistic authenticity in exchange for money, fame, or personal advancement. Doesn't that describe Black YouTube? Ooh. By definition, wouldn't this fit the B sector, the Black sector, the Umar sector, Latrice Allen sector, Black T sector, Mo 3 sector, all the sectors, the Black YouTube. Compromising their personal integrity, compromising their personal values, compromising personal morals in exchange for money, in exchange for fame, or like Queen 88 going viral, or personal advancement. Wouldn't that make all of us sellouts? And I'm including myself. Let's think about it. Let's think about it. Because for the most part, many of the content creators compromising a lot of shit, especially integrity, all for the money and the fame. But then again, I go back to my original question: why is talent accepted for who he is, but then misunderstood? Got to be all this coon and all this, and then it was the panel, and even the Miss O's panel about misunderstood talent was up there talking. And I'm like, how the hell talent up here is the one that's up here up on part of this panel to go at misunderstood? But talent is quick to say, you people, you broke people, you idiots, you imbeciles, you lazy, you this. Now, let me make myself big. And please like my video if y'all have not. So talent on the Miss O's, when he clicked her link, he actually let it be known that he felt that the new sector, which is the frenemy sector, he said that it's a joke. And he said that it's the same clowns and same coonery under a different name. And I quote that. That's what he said. So then what's the difference? Is it because talent has an elitist attitude? That y'all don't view him as a coon because of his elitist attitude? Because he still has an attitude nonetheless, to where he distances himself from the overall black community or the black people as a whole. There are certain parts of the community that he does not identify with. There are parts and stereotypes and things like that that he does not believe applies to him. It might apply to the rest of us bums, but don't apply to him. And to be honest, I'm the same way. It's a lot of things that don't apply to me. I come up on here all the time and tell y'all that I feel like I'm better than Lemon, Ness, Pizarro. I'm better than all of them. And I wholeheartedly believe that. And it ain't no delusion or nothing. That's just what I wholeheartedly believe. So, what does that make me? I believe that when you 40, you should not be living with your mama. I'm better than you. Whenever you government assistance or whatever, have a whole husband, but coming on here begging every day for a crab leg, I'm better than you. Where I got my master's degree by age 25 and you 35 just getting a bachelor's, I'm better than you. When I'm a lesbian that never spread my legs to have a baby that I had to give away for my brother to raise, I'm better than you. Those are facts. Me owning my first piece of real estate and property at the age of 22, I'm better than you. Me working towards owning multiple properties by the time I'm 45, oh yes, I'm better than you. So I'm saying, as black people, we all, to a certain degree, can look at the people around us and feel like we are better than in some way, shape, or form. That's a fact. But then if I come on here and I say, you people, you people, you people, I mean, is it just the way that they say you people? Because I do look at some of my counterparts on here and I feel that I'm better than you. What's good, Zoro? And I mean, nobody can change my thought about that. Even down to parents. The fact that my mama passed away and was able to leave me with something. Meanwhile, a lot of people got dead parents and they was left here destitute. I'm better than you. Cause it's a lot of people around this sector that got dead parents and they can't say that they got an education. They can't say they had any property to their name. They can't say that they had a damn thing. So yes, I'm better than you. And my mama is better than your mama. I'm better than you, and my mama is better than your mama. My grandparents is better than your grandparents. Within the Black Walk. Thank you so much, Kentucky. I appreciate. Thank you so much for the gifts. I appreciate it. Within the Black Walk, there were some times where we could look amongst ourselves and look amongst our peers, and you would be a damn lie if you can't sit back and say what you are better than or who you are better than. And if it happens to be another black person, then that makes you a coon. I'm just curious. This is just conversation. But then ultimately, how are you shocked that somebody is subservient to the white population, but they are subservient under the roof of their home? They are subservient enough to procreate and have children. That means that they want to share DNA with another race of people. So I guess I'm like, why is it shocked? But then is it the male identified thing coming again to where talent can do and say certain things, but misunderstood can't? Is it okay for talent to have this type of attitude and mentality because he is a male, but misunderstood can't? Is it that talent can say or do certain things being a black man, but misunderstood as a black woman could never? Otherwise, she gonna get stoned. There's got to be a panel about her. All of this. Or is it because talent's money speaks for him? Because as much as we could say that talent is slightly elitist, well, misunderstood, she ain't a broke bitch herself. She got in however she fit in. I mean, not everybody could go live with their camera on with a baby grin sitting behind them. Hello? Every single time she turn on her camera, y'all see that baby grin up in her background. Y'all need to think about talent over there eating caviar and calling us black broke bums and clowns. Talent be over there eating caviar, calling us black broke bums, lazy clowns, and imbeciles. And he be eating caviar and drinking champagne. What's the difference? But I guess a man can speak in that way, but a woman, she dare not. She dare not have an opinion about something. Just my thought. Now, also, as it relates to those two, I don't know what talent's religious affiliation is. But even with misunderstood being Republican, Sean Bradley was sitting here with us and he a black man and he's Republican. I never saw people call him a coon. Fire all them shots at him. What's good, Mrs. Pisces? What's good, everybody? So K Fit said it's no difference. And Ghetto said talent earned his. MU has a benefactor. Please stop this line of commentary, J Dunn. Be mad at talent, but don't put MU on a black man. No, I'm not mad at talent. I accept talent the way he is, just like I accept misunderstood the way she is. That's my point. I'm not mad with neither one of them. I'm not mad with nobody. I'm not mad with Demon Soul either, because I know that Demon Soul and Misunderstood, they have this point of contention when it comes to politics. That's why a lot of times I just duck my head and just be like, I just shake my head over here. Cause I could tell that something is going to be said that misunderstood, or misunderstood might say something, and then Demon Soul is going to feel a type of way about it, and I could tell it. I could tell it before it's even said, and I could tell whenever it's going left. But I'm not mad with anybody. Mm-mm. No, but I'm just saying, what is the difference? Like, why is it so easy for us to take talent for how he is and the stuff that he say based on his own beliefs, his personal beliefs, but then we can't accept the same from a misunderstood, or any woman for that matter, not even just misunderstood, but any woman, any black woman. Cause yeah, Sean was Republican. I think Nicole Tyler was Republican. We had a few Republicans around this beef sector for a long time. We had some of them. And I don't remember anybody getting so upset with their beliefs and their talking points to where I heard them being called coons. So I think that's my point. Like, what makes it so egregious that coon needs to be the word used in this circumstance? What makes this circumstance so extreme and more hostile than any of the other disagreements politically that we've seen before? This is one of the reasons why I don't even really engage in too much political discussions or religious discussions, because I'm the type of person that everybody gonna be mad at me, because I don't share the beliefs that most people do, and that's why I tend to keep quiet on that. Because if I were to actually come out here and tell y'all what I truly believe, it'll be a lot of upset people, because for some reason people always expect everybody to believe and think the way that they do. The thing that makes us great, the thing that makes the world go round is the fact that we don't believe the same. We don't think the same. We don't have the same history. We don't have the same life experience. We don't have the same upbringing, that type of thing. You know something? It reminds me of that one song, People Make the World Go Round. That used to be one of my songs whenever I was a little kid. My mom and my uncles and stuff, they used to play it all the time. But it's true. But that's what makes the world go round. The ups and downs of carousel. Changing makes the world go round. Go underground, you're mad. People make the world go round. Trash man didn't get my trash today. Oh, why? Because they want more pay. Buses on strike, wanna raise and fare. Do, 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 so that they can pollute the air. But that's what makes the world go round. Y'all understand? People make the world go round. Misunderstood make the world go round. Talent make the world go round. J Dunn make the world go round. K Fit make the world go round. The Republican make the world go round. The Democrat make the world go round. The religious person make the world go round. The atheist make the world go round. We all make the world go round. Hit my like button if you stand with me. Hit the like button if you stand with me today. Hit the like button. Hit the like button if you stand with me. Well, I had to just get up on my soapbox for y'all to hit my like button. Oh, but that worked. It worked. Y'all was liking the video. Okay. I had to get up on the soapbox. But yeah, I'm just saying, what's the difference? And this is not to say that I pick a side with either of them. The Miss O is entitled to how she feels, and so is misunderstood. I just sometimes wish that they could just sit back and view everything the way that I view everything. And then they wouldn't be bothered with each other. Like, it wouldn't bother them. Like, it's a lot of things that misunderstood say over there in Trumpville and Trump land that I don't agree with, but it don't bother me. It don't bother me. So, the Diary of an Uncle Tom. The moral of this live is that we can all be viewed as an Uncle Tom, depending on who you ask. We can all be viewed as an Uncle Tom. Let me go right back to the definition. Let's get back on over here to the definition of the Uncle Tom. Because by definition, a derogatory epithet used to describe a black person who is perceived to be overly subservient to white people. Some people could call a black person any black person that worked for the white man, right? Working for the white man, you being overly subservient in your workplace, trying to pay your bills, putting food on the table, keeping a roof over your head. Couldn't you be considered an Uncle Tom? To be overly subservient to white people or to betray their own racial group in order to gain the approval of the white establishment. Even as far as betraying your own racial group. Because I don't know that I would hope that black people ain't just going out here all willy-nilly trying to betray the black community on purpose. But I think sometimes in American society, you might be forced to do betrayal. And I keep going back to the workplace. Some people will just be quiet in the workplace, even though they see something and they know damn well it's wrong. But they'll just be quiet and just watch. Keep their head down. They ain't gonna say nothing to the people that could change it. They'll just wait until they go home and vent to their relatives and vent to their close friends and vent to whomever that they trust in their life. They'll vent to that person instead of actually calling it out. How many people are actually go into their workplace and even talk about this Carmelo Anthony thing? Let's start there. It's black people that wouldn't dare voice their opinion about this Carmelo Anthony trial in the midst of the people on in their professional workplace. Because why? Wouldn't that be a betrayal to your own racial group? Because you're trying to gain approval. Because if you get over there and talk too pro-black and too black this and black that in front of them people, the white establishment will disapprove of that. You would not be able to gain their approval in that way. So in many instances, people prefer, or they opt to just shut the fuck up and be quiet. But like what they say, being quiet about certain things, even if it is an injustice, could be the equivalent of being in agreement with it. Just a thought. Just a thought. And again, I don't have a dog in the fight. What's good, Toby Turner? What's good, Shonda? Shonda said you reaching out. Shonda, I wouldn't call what I'm saying reaching because right now I'm just brainstorming and having a discussion. A reach would be if I'm trying to change your mind about something, but I'm not trying to change anybody's mind. I'm just thinking out loud. I'm honestly just thinking out loud because I'm trying to figure out what makes misunderstood and talent so different. Why is talent allowed to get away with saying and doing things that misunderstood is not allowed to get away with? So you can call it a reach, but I'm really just thinking out loud with y'all trying to figure out what's the reason. Because it seemed pretty much the same, cut and dry to me. Cut and dry. What's good, Chaos and Chill? So Chaos and Chill said, sorry if it was already said, but yes, in the original book, Uncle Tom's Cabin, the character of Uncle Tom protected and helped other enslaved people at the cost of his own life. Okay, okay. And then let's see. Angela said, enjoying this live. Now this is commentary. And then Shonda said, we've answered your question, boo. Oh, boo thing. Okay. Well, I saw that K Fit said that there was no difference. I saw that K Fit said that. So yeah, I'm just thinking out loud. Oh, Ash dropped down. She said, I don't know. Let me see what Ash said. I don't know. She said something up in here. But yeah, child. I don't know. Oh, so somebody said, I think because he has always been that way. Misunderstood, entered over here differently. Maybe this has always been her, but it seems off-putting because it's new and like a shift. I think what it is, y'all, and this is my honest opinion. I think that because everybody knows where misunderstood has come from as it relates to her addiction and things like that she overcame, I feel like it makes people feel some type of way, like the nerve of somebody in recovery to have this type of view. The nerve of somebody who had to overcome addiction to have this type of view. The nerve of somebody with this type of past to have this type of view. I think people are using her past to be able to dictate what she can and cannot say today. And I believe that maybe because talent does not seem to have a past like that we know of, that's the reason why his thought process and beliefs are most of the time more accepted than hers. Like if people had not learned of her ups and downs as it relates to her addiction and recovery in the past, would people still have this hard time allowing her to have her stance and her belief? It kind of goes into what R&Y was saying up on her show yesterday, where in her girl talk, she was saying how women are not able to speak up for themselves, or when they speak up for themselves, a lot of people are just like the nerve of that woman for taking a stance of how she felt, the nerve for that woman for saying how she believed this or she believed that, the nerve of her for being outspoken and saying what she thought. And that's true. And it's almost like, well, the nerve of misunderstood to say you people this or you people that. Even though I really didn't hear her say you people. I didn't hear her say it. And I was up in the live, but I didn't rewatch the live either. But I didn't hear her say it. Now I know some of her panelists were saying it, but that was another thing too that was kind of baffling me as far as it relates to QI. Because this is how I feel. Because I get Demon Soul stance with it. But one thing that I typed in Demon Soul chat yesterday when Demon Soul was giving her perspective of it is, y'all, depending on what day it is, QI will come on here and tell us that she is a Mayan, Choctaw, Cherokee, indigenous Indian. And y'all know I ain't lying. QI's black ass will get on here and claim to be a motherfucking indigenous Choctaw and all this kind of bullshit. So it's like, why in the hell is you putting yourself on the hill of QI when QI will deny being black and say that she a damn a Mayan Indian? Like what? So even, and that's why I was telling Demon Soul, I'm like, well, Demon Soul, depending on what day it is, QI don't even claim black. You see what I'm saying? Like depending on what day it is, she done woke up and she from the tribe. You know, she talk about her tribe and all this. And it's like, well, okay, QI, even certain days she don't even claim her blackness. So how do you get upset because them people were saying you people this and you people that as it relates to QI? But QI don't stand for me because QI is confused as the fuck. She and for the love of all things, QI is from Mississippi, just like I am. And I ain't never got up on here talk about I'm a damn Natchez Indian. I ain't no Natchez Indian, but QI tell you that that's what she is. So it's like, how is we really as black people getting upset about what the white people said to QI over there misunderstood with QI? She she don't even always be claiming black anyway. I'm just saying. And that's why I was typing in Demon Soul chat. I was like, girl, hold up now. I mean, hold on. QI was over there calling herself a Democrat when she was debating with them. So when the white man was saying, well, you people this and you people that, how do we know that he wasn't saying you people as far as the Democrats? Because QI was on their soapbox as being the voice of the Democrats. I don't know. It's just really a lot to think. It's a lot to take in. And y'all, and this be how I kid y'all not. When I be listening to some of this stuff that I be hearing on here, y'all are getting a inside glimpse of just how my brain thinks about things. And I just be like, well, wait a second. Just analyzing for no damn good reason. But at least I was able to come here this morning, analyze with y'all, and give y'all a decent morning show. But I just be confused sometimes, you know? What's good, DC moderator? I be confused. QI confused me. QI is confused. Until QI could tell us whether she is black or whether she is motherfucking Native American, indigenous, Choctaw. Like, leave it to QI. Her ancestors was on the Trail of Tears. So if QI's ancestors was on the Trail of Tears, then what in the hell is black people getting all bent up out of shape to be defending QI for? Because our ancestors wasn't on the Trail of Tears. That was QI folks over there, according to her. You see what I'm saying? Like, we can't just be jumping up in the gap trying to stand for every motherfucking body. I can't get mad and have the burden of being upset about the way for everybody. No, no. So y'all, that's really just what I gotta say about that. Ask QI about the Trail of Tears. Next time I see QI, I'm gonna be like, QI, was your ancestors on the Trail of Tears or was your ancestors enslaved? Which one? Now, which ancestors you came from? You let me know. So yeah, I can't be mad, but I hope that all of y'all just take this rambling that I did and just know, look, I tried to research it and try to figure out the Diary of an Uncle Tom. Cause I just feel like it's very easy to sit back in judgment and judge the next black person, but then Ghetto said misunderstood ain't even black. Hell, QI said she ain't even black. She the Indian. So who is black? Who is black and who is talent black? Let me stop while I'm ahead. Y'all, I've been rambled and rambled and rambled and I'm done with my rambling. But either way, y'all answered the question. At least y'all got something to think about going forward today. And let me say this, no answer is right and no answer is wrong. There is no correct answer. Hopefully you just have some food for thought that you can take into the real world going forward. That's it. That's all. But yes, y'all, I need to come back up here. Yeah, I have to come back up here so that I can give y'all my transition here. And actually with this transition, I don't know if y'all caught it yet. I know that y'all caught that Rick Reed was part of my transition, but did y'all catch the rest of my transition for this one? Let me show y'all. So when y'all saw that transition, I know most of y'all guessed Rick Reed, but did y'all guess the person at the end of the transition? Because that transition is actually Gay Pride. That's my Gay Pride to the B sector, and that right there is Rick Reed, and then at the end is Jay Wilson. I know the last few times that I had played that, when everybody was like, "Oh, the Gov Rick Reed," but nobody realized that it was Jay Wilson at the end. So I was giving that Gay Pride to them too, and then also then the Gay Pride to Lemon and the Billy Goat.
Go Zulu! Ride! Love is love! Yay, mascot! Oh, so cute!
I hope that y'all enjoy these transitions. I'm telling y'all, I try to work very, very hard to get some creative things for y'all to keep my show entertaining as best as I can. I appreciate all of y'all for being here. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your morning to join me here this morning. Thank you to all of my supporters. Thank you to all of my members. Thank you to everybody. It's time that I go. Y'all take care. Be blessed. Don't stress. Y'all have a very happy Pride Month. Have a happy Monday and have a great work week. Bye, y'all.